Ian.
Dave.
How you doing, buddy? What's going on? This is the Apex Adjacent Podcast. I'm Dave.
I'm Ian. I am doing well. How are you? I got my hot toddy.
Oh, you have a hot toddy. Okay.
All right. Hot toddy, yeah.
You have a sick child in the house, of course. Yeah, that's an excuse to drink warmed whiskey, right?
It's a prophylactic hot toddy. That's what this is. Just making sure.
I like that. Keeping more germs from entering. Okay. Yep. All right. I have my just, peppermint tea, because I know how to live. Right.
No one's going to tell me what to do at 8:00.
That's right. I had 2 Nutter Butters earlier. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So, Ian, we got a bunch of stuff to talk about tonight. I've got some garage updates for you. I've got a virtual garage update.
Yes.
We've got some My Eyes stuff. We've got a voicemail from Johnny. We've got Johnny My Eyes. We've got a license plate game. We've got a guess the plate game. Yeah. So we got all kinds of stuff. Yeah. Right.
Let's get to it.
Yeah. I apologize in advance for you hearing my voice so much this evening.
Not at all. Oh, are you talking to the listeners?
Yeah. You're like, I'm used to it.
I'm like, what? I don't care. I don't listen to this show.
Ian, I took the head off the Abarth.
Let me get my tea. It's story time.
Yep, I got into the Abarth. For those of you that follow us on Twitter, you probably already know what's going on.
Previously on Apex Adjacent.
Exactly.
Dave bought a broken Abarth, little Fiat 500 Abarth, fixed it, drove it.
Fixed, air quote.
A quarter of a mile.
If that.
Broke it again. Let it sit. And now we're finding out how bad he broke it / what happened.
Yeah, it turns out the things that were broken all along was me.
What's the friends we made along the way?
Yeah, exactly. So when you so graciously helped me push the little Abarth back into my driveway and into the garage, yep, right there on your background. Yep. Yeah. You and I scoped cylinder 1, right? Just through the little spark plug hole, right? And we thought we might have seen like a tiny little bit of metal in there, right?
Yes. Other than not where it's supposed to be.
Exactly. Yes. Right. It's all metal.
Yeah. It's a lot of metal and also a little metal that was a little concerning.
Right. I do have to say, so a couple things. Taking the Abarth apart again, it's a lot easier now that I'm actually familiar with the car, that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
In one day, which I think was Sunday this week, in one day I did what previously took me maybe about 2.5 days.
Okay. So the third time you take it apart, you'll have that down.
Like 20 minutes. I'm going to be able to swap an engine.
Yeah. Right.
So, I got it up on the new fancy jack stands, started getting into it. And I have to say, Ian, here, I'll share my browser so I can pull up some pictures here. It's my fault. It's my fault. Like there are a few things that went wrong. Okay. So first of all, so I got it here's how I started like getting into it. Right. I actually touched an espresso to the vacuum pump just for good luck.
I see your problem. It's that you have a coffee in your engine bay.
You'd think the Abarth would appreciate that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is it without the front clip on. I do have to say, if you're working on a car and you're draining coolant, nowadays, like there's no clean way for coolant to come out of a car. It's always going to hit some bullshit frame member thing, right? And go splattering off in a million directions, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that stuff is disgusting. So I went to Home Depot and I got a $16 like multi-purpose utility tray that's like 3 foot by 2 foot, maybe a little bit bigger. It's like,
nice.
What you'd mix like a bag of concrete in if you're patching up your driveway or something, right? Mm-hmm. And so I just slide that under the car, and yeah, that I think we just need those for our cars anyway, right?
Is it supposed to be that color?
Yes. Yeah. So the coolant for this is like this weird orange.
Oh, weird.
I know. Okay. It's fucking General Motors, man. Right?
Stellantis, not General Motors.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. General Motors. Yeah. Of course. Stellantis, FCA, whatever. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this was how it started. I got in there, got the front clip off real quick, like everything's coming off easy, and so I get the cylinder head off. I had only looked into cylinder 1 with you, and, mentally had to put it on a shelf for a while, right? Mm-hmm. Getting back into it, right? Pull the cylinder head off, and here's what I find. It is a tiny piece of metal stuck in one of I think this is the exhaust valve, right? Mm-hmm. And when I'm taking off the cylinder head, there are 2 locating dowels on the cylinder head from when you made it to the engine. And they're just these little guys right here, right? Just small metal rings. I only found 1.
Oh no.
Yep.
So that aluminum?
It's pretty soft. It's not like insanely hard. I don't know.
Just got chewed up.
I think what happened was when I was putting the head back on, one of them, because the head, it's a little awkward when you do this in the car. Right. Mm-hmm. And, I was rushing because I was trying to get the Abarth ready to drive out to the track with you and PETA. Right.
Right.
I wasn't going to track it. I just wanted to take it on the trip. Yeah. Right? I even bought AAA, so I was ready to go. Right. Yeah. So I think when I was putting the head back on, I think I set it down on the engine block and then picked it back up to readjust something. And I think that when I did that, the dowel got stuck in the head because it's a tight fit. It should be because it locates, right?
Yeah.
And as I was moving stuff around, fiddling with kind of pushing the intake manifold out of the way and that kind of stuff, I think it
dropped into a cylinder.
I think it dropped into a cylinder.
So was it did you only find metal in one cylinder?
No. Which brings me to the next part of my story. Right. So because I was rushing, and this is all theory, right? But this is as best as I can guess, right?
I feel like there should be a thunderstorm in the background, but then,
right?
It wasn't just the dowel. Dun, dun, dun.
Right? Right?
It's like an Agatha Christie.
Yeah. I need to be in my chair and swivel around, and then, so I think since I was rushing to get everything back together, what I should have done is I should have dropped the oil pan from when I first got the Abarth. I never did that. I never dropped the pan. And I don't know why, because it's idiotic not to. Right?
You knew there was metal.
Yeah, there was valve material that had gone in there and stuff, right?
Well, and pieces of exhaust valve.
Yeah.
Floating around.
Right? Yeah. What did I say? I'm sorry. That's what I meant.
You said fab material.
Oh, yeah. No. You're correct. Yeah. Exhaust valve. Yeah. Exhaust valve material. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know why I didn't drop the oil pan. It was just me being stupid, not, rushing. And it's not hard to drop the pan on this thing. So right. I think that there was still some stuff in the pan that got picked up and put back in. I don't know. I need to, so what I'm going to do to remedy the situation, go ahead.
Before you keep going, were you able to check the timing? Because the noise that you were describing sounded like timing badness.
Yeah.
Was that off as well?
I think the timing was correct. And the tensioner didn't slip. The timing belt was still where it should have been.
Oh, good. Okay.
Right? So that's a good thing, right? I had one lucky break, right?
Yeah.
Right? So great. I'm glad you remembered that. Yeah. So I'm going to drop the oil pan, obviously, clean everything out. I'm going to unscrew the caps that hold the pistons to the crankshaft. I'm going to gently tap the pistons out from the top of the engine, right? Since the head's off, you can do this, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going to clean everything out, make sure it's all nice and clean. And then I'm going to put the pistons gently back into place. I have a piston ring compressor that's showing up in the mail tomorrow.
Nice. And you just like looked at the oil filter? Like, is there a bunch of...
I haven't looked at the oil filter.
Junk in there?
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't pulled it yet. Yeah, I'll do that and the pan on the next kind of like working session, you know, but like, man, like rushing around like that, not being like super careful, like really bit me, you know?
Yeah.
It could have been worse probably, but
probably,
yeah,
it always can be.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Right. So that's the story of the Abarth, right? Update number 4, the road back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The road back.
Yeah. Yeah. The road back
to the back.
Yeah. Yep. So I tell you, man, I am so looking forward to getting this thing onto a dry road at some point. I cannot wait to come over to your house and pick you up and go for a drive.
Me either. It's one of the most fun cars we've ever driven. I can't wait.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the story. That's the story. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to confirm, that dowel it's not like located, it's not like shoved up in the head or anything.
Yep. I looked, I got that. Thankfully, like there's on that side of things, there's not a lot of places for stuff to go. Right.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I did a pretty thorough check to see like if anything could have landed somewhere, you know, stuff like that. So
send it off to the lab for a quick spectrum analysis. Make sure it's the same metal.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. 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 So
that's so bizarre. But the thing I can't wrap my head around is that it was in so many, like, were they big chunks of metal in different cylinders? Or just
maybe like kind of like, I don't know, like a 1/4 of an inch by an 1/8 of an inch. A couple of those. Yeah. I don't know, because it's like, how does it move from cylinder to cylinder? It should just be in one. Right.
Right. And then it should get caught in the oil filter.
Right. Right.
Yeah. If anything, or it should just stay in that cylinder or go out the exhaust or something like that.
Right. Or right.
Or did it, have you checked the turbo?
I have not checked the turbo, but the line to get to it is pretty simple, and to drain it is pretty easy. So yeah, I'll be cleaning all of that out. Yeah.
If a big chunk of this went through the exhaust valve.
Right.
Then
right. Yeah.
Is that impeller? Are you seeing impeller pieces?
Oh, there you go. Yep. Great question, Ian. Great question. Thank you. No, that's great.
Who's the mechanic?
See, there we go. Yep. I will be giving the turbo a thorough look.
But yeah.
Yep.
That would explain how you have metal.
How stuff kind of moved around. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yee.
So I haven't pulled any of the valves out of the head yet to see if they're bent or anything. I think they're mostly okay. Yeah, but we'll see. Yeah, I'll put them in the drill and give them a good spin to see if there's any wobble or anything.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Oof.
I know, right?
Scary.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, it is. And it's like in the back of my mind, like the backstop that I had was like, if worst comes to worst, I'm just getting a new engine for it. Right. Or, you know, yeah, right. Like a salvage engine. Worst comes to worst, that's what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. So that's still the mental backstop. I just don't want to have to pull the trigger on that if I don't have to.
Well, maybe the engine will be completely fine, but the turbo will be completely fucked up, and you'll have to slap the big one from the solve on it. You'll just be forced to do it.
I mean, what choice do I have? Right? Other than to buy an upgraded exhaust manifold and turbocharger.
Right. I mean,
yeah. Right?
Your hand will be literally forced.
That's funny. That's really funny. Yeah. I've got to give the turbo a thorough look. Now, I'm glad you put that in my head. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Okay. Yep.
Yikes.
Yep. Name of the game is clean and careful, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, Godspeed.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I mean, it's Italian, so the Pope is blessing you. I mean, you don't know that. The Pope
it's the cool Pope now, not like the weird, like, you know, like
Emperor Pope.
Yes, Emperor Pope.
Emperor Palpatine Pope. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So, yeah. So, I had an issue with my other car.
Oh God. Oh no. What happened now?
So Boo and I went and got our COVID booster shots, right?
Nice.
And maybe it was a bad idea to get them at exactly the same time, like exactly the same minute of the day. Because if we got sick, then we'd be like, just like pawing at each other, like, just like with wet washcloths.
You help me.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. But thankfully, like other than a sore arm and a little tiny bit of fatigue, no side effects. Right.
Good.
But when we were driving back, it was the evening from Aurora. I thought I heard something, but I thought like maybe it was just a rock that got kicked up. Pulled into my neighborhood, maybe 15 miles later, something like that. What do you think? Right. 15, 20 miles. I don't know. A lot of highway driving. Got a tire pressure warning light, that my tire had gone from 33 down to 27.
Oh, okay.
And, saw like what looked like a nail head when I got in the garage. Right. I was like that, you know, I'll deal with it in the morning. Right. And go out to the garage in the morning. It's flat, of course. So I pull the wheel, and here's what I find inside of it.
Jesus. Oh my God.
It is a
drill bit.
It's a Phillips screw bit. Yeah. Like one of the like, so it wasn't like that when I pulled the wheel, of course, right? Like just the tiny tip of it was, sticking out.
Wow.
But yeah, so there you go. That's what, like an inch and a half or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, fantastic gentleman on Twitter, Chris, pointed out that is 2 plugs that you see in my tire. That I was not aware of that lower plug there by my ring finger. So yeah. And also my tires are cooked.
Yeah.
That center bead is supposed to have tread.
Yeah. Is this your rear tires?
Yep. So I'm putting the winter set on pretty soon here, and thankfully I have a full size spare, you know. So yeah. So you patched this one? I did, and threw it in back as the spare, but obviously I'm getting new summer tires next season.
Right.
Yeah.
How many can we do burnouts? Can we do burnouts to send these off?
Sure. Yeah. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yay.
Yeah.
Burnouts in a Lexus burnouts.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, some stuff's happened car wise with me lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have much to report because I've been traveling. So I had a Hyundai Sonata rental car.
Did you tell me all about your Hyundai Sonata rental car?
Yeah. I just told you I had a Hyundai Sonata rental car.
That's it?
That's all. I mean,
yeah,
that's about it. It has the push button for the transmission thing.
Oh, okay.
I continue to not like that much. It looks really interesting.
It's like the new froggy face looking one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't drive very interestingly, though.
Right. Okay.
It's pretty boring.
Our buddy, I think James, maybe up in Canada, has an N-line one.
Oh, I bet that would be nice. I mean, this was rental spec.
Okay. Yeah. They don't give out the ends for rental. Yeah.
No. Yeah. Very base. I mean, cloth seats, the whole deal.
Okay.
But it looked intriguing, so I was like, "Oh, let's give it a shot." And I will say that the interiors, like the infotainment and stuff, is just so much better.
They just crush it, right? They just nail that.
Wireless Android Auto already, like
wow,
a rental car. Like, I mean, it's
right.
It's pretty nice.
I mean, that's got to be a huge selling point.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I do like the way it looks.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's not much to report.
Was it like at least quiet? Like, did it do the job? Like,
yeah, it did. I had to go from like DC area to Baltimore in it. And, that's a pretty
How long is
awful. It's not far. It's only, I mean, it's not very far, but the traffic is always really horrendous.
Gotcha.
And I don't know if I've ever mentioned this on this show before, but the DC Metro area is home to the worst drivers in the world. I'm including like Kuwait in that. It's awful.
Okay.
It's so bad. So bad.
I've only driven through it once and it was forever ago, so I have no memory of it.
They're horrendous.
Yeah.
They do this thing, Dave.
Okay, tell me about the thing they do.
They do this thing.
What that thing do, Ian?
They get like target fixation on the people around them.
Okay.
On the lanes around them. So they have no lane discipline at all. So they just hang out in the left lane.
Okay.
And then if you pass them, if you go around them after flashing your lights repeatedly, and you go around them, they just match your speed. They just slowly speed up to match your speed.
Okay.
And it's not like they're staring at you to be angry about it. That's just what they do. If there's anyone around them going faster than them, they just go to that speed.
Right. They're just like traffic flow.
Yes, but then left to their own devices, they go so slow in the left lane. It's maddening.
Okay.
And they're all in the left lane. None of them have their lights on.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Didn't want to talk about this today. I was going to stay in my happy place, and I didn't. That's on me.
I'm sorry, Ian. I'm sorry, buddy.
So anyway, Baltimore.
Okay. Hyundai Sonata. Pinky up, drinking your hot toddy.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
My lukewarm toddy now.
There you go. Well, Hyundai just like going so deep in CarPlay and Android Auto, and just like offering it on everything has to be like such a huge selling point. Like so many people like probably had a positive experience with that and now look at Hyundai differently.
I mean, I know at least like 12 people did because that's how many phones I deleted out of the system.
Doing the Lord's work, Ian. Doing the Lord's work, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Soldier Ian, right? Yep. Oh boy.
Frontline in the Bluetooth wars.
Yep. Yeah. And as an example, here's how like previous owner data can, call you out if you're a piece of shit. When I got Luther and it was leaking oil and the seller said that it didn't leak oil, they never had that experience. In the car's maintenance computer, there was a thing that said inspect oil leak at the shop.
Amazing.
Us humans leave all of this stuff around us. Like it's just like we're Pigpen in Charlie Brown, right?
Yes.
And it's just like packets and Bluetooth pairings and like Wi-Fi networks and like all this stuff, right? Just surrounds us. Yeah. Well, good on you for cleaning up somebody else's shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
I don't know.
What's the on the talkabouts? You have a virtual garage update. What does that mean?
Yeah, Ian. I caught a sale on some Costco monitors, and I went ahead and upgraded to 3 of the big boys for my racing sim setup.
Nice.
So I've got 3 32-inch monitors, and it's pretty fucking sweet, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I also figured out some stuff in Assetto Corsa that I don't know why I didn't think of before. I just never poked around in the settings enough. But like I deleted the steering wheel from what it renders. So you just see the dashboard. Because you don't need to see the virtual driver's hands and the wheel. I have hands.
There
you go. And a wheel.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So some stuff like that just to kind of make gameplay a little bit better. Yeah. Yeah. So...
okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool.
Yeah, I dig it.
We did a little virtual track day before I went on my trip.
We did. And I would assume maybe sometime we could probably find some time to maybe do a little karting and another virtual track day.
I hope so.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah, right?
Fun.
Yeah. I mean, we'll have to figure something out before you go on your trip for sure.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. You know what? Our buddy Johnny, he left us a voicemail.
Oh, we haven't played a voicemail in a long time on this show.
We have not. And I think, Ian, I may have set stuff up so I can play it and you hear it and the podcast does too. So
let's see.
I'm going to go ahead and play this, and here we go. Oh God, it hasn't started playing yet. Hang on.
Computer noises.
So congratulations, Johnny, on the new job, right?
Yeah, and also condolences on your HR complaint for shouting King Ranch at everybody who passes by.
Yeah, exactly, right? He sent us some pretty badass trucks that he's seen so far on the job. Here's a Shelby F-150.
What?
Yeah, it's like
Is that a real thing you can buy?
Yeah, here, pull up our Twitter DMs. He put the horsepower figures in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Stand by. Bleep bloop. Bleep bloop.
I have like kind of a love-hate relationship with like an oddly specific like single task truck like this. Like I kind of like it. I kind of don't really want it, but I would absolutely take the opportunity to drive it for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you would.
Yeah,
you would.
Yeah. I mean, it looks good, like all white with like kind of like just very subtle white accent stripes. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that's awesome, Johnny. It's great to hear you got a new job, and we hope it goes really well, man. Yeah.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah. So what did Johnny say for the horsepower on that? Were you pulling that up?
Oh, yeah. 775 horsepower.
Jesus Christ.
Seems a little bit like excessive, but I mean, fun.
Right. And then here's another one. This is a Shelby Cobra.
Yeah, this one's 700 horsepower. Bro dozered out.
Yeah, right. I mean, if I'm picking, I'd want to whip the first one around. Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, thank you for the voicemail, Johnny, and congrats on the job. That's freaking awesome, man.
People are crazy in Wisconsin.
Yeah, right. Ian, I have a little something for you. I have two things, as we talked about at the top of the show. I have a license plate game for you, and I have a guess the plate game for you. What would you like first?
Let's go guess the plate. I'm excited to do. Let's save the license plate game for the end because those are my favorite. Okay,
so any suggestions we have for refining the guess the plate game, let us know.
Okay.
As it stands now, I'm going to give you 20 questions to get this plate. Okay.
All right.
Oh, all right. So here is the plate. While you're taking all this in, I'll describe it. So it is a Volvo XC70 Cross Country. This is probably 2006-ish, right? Mm-hmm. It's that nice green that Volvo offered during this era. I really like it, right? Like the kind of like light minty green. It's got a bunch of stickers on the windshield. One says huge financial burden on board, and it has a picture of the baby from The Hangover. Okay. I can't make out the other one.
Nevertheless, she persisted.
There we go. Okay, fantastic. All right. And then a Harry Potter themed one that says just a Hogwarts something living in a Muggle world. Mm-hmm. Just a Hogwarts, yeah.
Or Hogwarts, I think.
Okay. And then this one maybe is a Game of Thrones sticker. Okay.
It's a Game of Thrones sticker.
That's one of the houses, I assume.
That is the sigil for House Stark. Excuse me.
this is
It's a dire wolf, Dave. It's a dire wolf.
Okay.
They're from the north. Come on, read a book.
I don't want to. That's the whole thing, Ian. So I will tell you, I'm going to give you a little bit of context for this plate. The plate itself is a combination of two things. Okay, so that's the clue you have to go off of besides the Volvo here. Okay,
it's a combination of two things.
Yeah, I'm going to grab a pen so I can keep track of the questions.
Okay.
I've secured a pen.
So I don't think that one of the things is at all to do with the car. Just this combination of these stickers and stuff. My first thought is that it's either two pop culture things smushed together or a pop culture and a politics thing smushed together.
Okay, so if you're asking me that if we
let me qualify the car out.
No, you cannot qualify the car out.
Well, by asking this question, I'm thinking I'm doing my process.
Sure.
It's all part of my process. My finely honed,
your beautiful process. Let Ian play his instrument.
Does this plate reference Volvo XC70 cross country in any way?
Yes.
Oh.
Okay. It does reference.
Okay. Does it use Volvo, the word Volvo, in a punny way in some sort of Harry Potter spell?
Yes.
Oh, cooking with gas now.
Maybe not spell, but Harry Potter adjacent thing.
Harry Potter adjacent thing. The word Volvo. Uh-huh.
I feel like if you ask your wife, she would slap you across the face and just blurt it out
probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
In like 1 second.
Is it? Does it involve a character name from Harry Potter?
It does. You're asking fantastic questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
A character name. And it's the word Volvo.
Or ish, right? You said in a punny way, right? Yeah. Right?
Man. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you've narrowed it down to did you?
My wife just texted me from the other room.
What did she say?
Volvo Gaunt?
No.
Is that I've never even heard of this character. I've read all of the books. Okay, so it's not Marvolvo.
Right.
Is it Volvamort?
Yes.
Volvamort?
Yes, it is.
She just texted, oh my God, it's Voldemort's family.
Ian, you got it in 5 questions. That's fantastic. You asked some great questions, man.
Thank you. Shout out to Jenny. Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah, I feel like you had a fucking ringer on that question, man.
Yeah. Right? I was in a good position to answer this specific one.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like if Jenny goes to bar trivia and all of a sudden like a question about this a beta band EP comes up, right?
Yep.
She just furiously texts you. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well done. So yeah. So thank you, Jesse, for sending in Volvamort there.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. I what do you think? You want to do more of these?
Sure, this one was fun. Yeah, I mean, I think they only work if there's a lot of context clues.
Yeah. I think like it does take a special plate, right? Like the Infinity and Beyond, right? Like
I should have gotten that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that listeners, if you have one that you think is like kind of an obvious thing that like it's something that you could guess, like given enough questions, send it on in, man. Yeah. I'll subject our token license plate decipherer for it to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice, buddy. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Snappy questions. You went straight to characters. Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, why not play a license plate game?
Let's do it. First,
Okay.
you have a programming note about the license plate game.
Yes. Thank you. So I have, because of our incredible listeners, right? I have 90 license plates in the hopper. Okay. And because of fantastic people like you, like, themes can start to emerge from these plates that are coming in from various places if there isn't one that's like sent in already, right?
Yeah,
So,
smash cut to Dave in a chalkboard seeing like Beautiful Mind, and just like license plates are floating towards him and around him in a very ethereal scene. And he's losing his goddamn mind.
Exactly. I have some that, like, that's the thing. You never know what kind of theme is going to show up, right? When you get this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. And so, so I've got some stuff that's cooking. I always have like a lot of irons in the fire, right? And one of these irons is I have fucking moron patriotic I love America flag humper license plates. Obvious like gun nut Trump supporter, and now they have taken that mentality and put it on their vanity plate. I have 2 of these. I need a third to complete the trifecta. So this is a call for help to find some douche with more money than sense that has expressed these shitty views via plate and send it to me.
So the other appeal I will give to our listeners is if you think that there's a guest who would particularly like, we played it with Doug and he loved it.
We played it with Sid. She had a good time.
Yes. If you can think of another guest that would be well suited to this game and particularly like it, let us know and we will invite them on.
Yes. Great. Excellent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we have a new listener, Pat in Connecticut.
Thank you, Pat in Connecticut.
Yeah. Came to us by way of the Everyone Racers podcast. So thank you to them. Right.
Yes.
And
host another one. Excellent.
Pat has sent us 3 vanity plates, and they're a fun little mix. I want to see what you think. All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay, this better be the quiz. Okay, here it is. All right.
Oh, a different format. I'm thrown.
Yeah, I know. I kind of moved them around to kind of optimize a little bit of space here. So up top, you've got a white Toyota Highlander XLE all-wheel drive, mind you. Okay. You've got a black Audi S5. And you have a Jeep. What is that? Like the newest Compass thing?
Right? I think that's a Cherokee.
Cherokee, sure.
Trailhawk Cherokee.
Trailhawk Cherokee. Okay. So the license plates, Ian, I want to hear your take on it.
Right. So one is later L8R-nerd. Real cool guy. The word karma. And then LMFAO.
Which is how you respond to every text message you receive.
Yeah. I'm a ha.
Yeah.
I go old school. Ha. I feel like somebody would have sent that in a telegram.
And you have sent me stuff that has legitimately made me laugh out loud. I say legit laugh out loud when that happens.
And I appreciate that. I appreciate it. It's a legit.
You're fucking funny. Oh, wow. Yeah. So how about we take a closer look at some of these? Okay.
Yes, my eye is immediately drawn to this very funky license plate frame on the Highlander.
Yep. Kind of tie-dyed looking, right?
Yeah. Okay.
They still have the dealer sticker on it. Yep.
And completely stock other than that.
Yeah, it looks it, right?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Now I want to see the Audi S5.
Uh-huh.
Looks like it had something on
On the plate
does it
frame.
say?
It does, Ian. It does. And I'll tell you what I thought it said at first. I thought it said break necks and kill eggs. But it
I think
doesn't.
it says kill egos, right?
It does. It's a license plate frame that says break necks and kill egos.
I'm going to Google that.
To see if it's somebody's catchphrase.
See if it's like a, some dumb podcast or something. Break necks, kill egos comes up.
Oh, boy.
As a thing.
Oh, boy.
It is a thing you can buy.
Okay. It's just like a YOLO kind of statement that's out there in the zeitgeist.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Looks like it. There's a bunch of Instagram things with it. I don't know. Okay, so it's just a thing. You can buy like hoodies and stuff.
Okay. Gotcha. Just like on Amazon, not from like one person's merch site.
It looks like, well, there's a bunch of different vendors that have it. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not Flipzico. Flipsco?
Okay. Okay.
I don't know what Flipsco is.
Yeah, me neither. We're old.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's what it's from.
Okay.
It's like it was like a motor sport like branded lifestyle brand, looks like.
Okay. Okay. There you go. All right.
Okay.
And then lastly, we have the Jeep. And I can't make out what the license plate frame says. I just assume it's probably something about fishing or a dealer license plate frame.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Okay. So immediately, my first thought is LMFAO is with the Audi, with the S5.
Okay.
And I think Karma is with the hippy dippy license plate frame holder on the Highlander.
Okay.
And I think Later Nerd is on the Jeep.
Okay.
Because I think it's just like dorky enough to fit with somebody buying that Jeep as well.
Okay. Okay.
So that's my gut. And I'm just gonna go with it.
What if you think like, what if you were me and had a tendency to see like the worst side of people sometimes, or not rule that out?
Yeah.
Would you change your answer at all?
Then I might go Later Nerd on the Audi.
Okay. Okay.
And then I'd probably keep Karma. I would switch the Jeep and the Audi.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha.
So I think it's one of those two. Am I close?
You are correct. It is one of those two. Karma is kind of the giveaway in this one, right?
Right. Karma's with the Toyota Highlander. Now,
right. He's thinking. He's really thinking. We got a chin scratch think. Like a literal chin scratch.
Yeah, legit chin scratch.
Right?
I mean, Later Nerd is too fucking cartoonish on the Audi S5, right? That's what it is, though. It is. People suck. Later Nerd on the Audi S5, laughing somebody's ass off on the laughing Fibonacci's ass off on the Jeep.
Ian, are you ready for the answers?
Yes. No, but yes.
Ian, you're correct. People do suck. Mm-hmm. And they did put Later Nerd on the Audi and LMFAO on the Jeep.
It's not even the fastest S5.
Right. Right.
It's not even the fastest one of those. Like, what happens when an RS5 pulls up next to them?
Right. Or like an RS3 or like literally
driven by probably a nerd that employs them.
Right, exactly. You're right. That either employs them or that works for them. Yeah. Right? And then just dusts them. Yeah. Or like 24 other cars, right? Not that the S5 is bad. The S5 is great.
Yeah, that's a cool car.
Yeah, but if like that's not a car you get to be boasty in.
Right.
Yeah. That's like you thinking you're a big fish in a small pond.
Yeah, it's like, calm down.
Yeah. Yeah.
Relax.
Right? It's like the car that like you're qualifying it like it's the fastest, right? Like black out,
right.
like
on this block.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So thank you very much, Pat. Yeah.
Thank you, Pat. Yes, I'm sorry
for sending these in.
Overthought that.
Yes. That's your nature, Ian, and I love it. I'm here for it.
It's what I do.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, I think we did a car show.
We did, Ian. We did. Yeah. It's really good to talk to you this week, man. Yeah. I've missed you, buddy. I've missed you.
You too. We will be back next week with another just like one of these. I think.
Yeah, for sure.
And in the meantime, we love you. Goodbye.